Alright, this one's a big deal. Games Workshop have very kindly sent us the Captain Titus and the Wardens of Ultramar set. And this feels like one of those releases that sits right at the crossroads of lore, gaming and just pure hobby excitement. Captain Titus, as you probably know, he's everywhere. He's a character a lot of people have grown up with, from Space Marine through to Space Marine 2, the secret level animation on Amazon, and a fairly brutal detour via the Inquisition, and now he's finally back where he belongs. Well, where many people feel he belongs. Front and centre, in plastic, with a model that actually reflects who he is now. And this isn't just Titus, this is his full command team, and it tells a story straight out of the box. This is Demetrian Titus in his current incarnation. He's no longer a lieutenant, he's no longer proving himself. Titus is captain once again, master of the Watch, and effectively the Warden of Ultramar. With Rabuti Guiman overseeing the Indomitus Crusade, the defence of the 500 worlds falls to commanders like Titus, holding the interior, protecting the crag, and dealing with threats that don't always announce themselves with an orbital bombardment. And that context really matters because this box isn't just about Titus being good at hitting things, this box is more about his leadership. Titus has had a glow up to match the model. He's tougher now, extra wound, iron halo, and an upgraded mastercrafted chainsword that feels very Space Marine 2. Just throw him into combat and let him do what he does best. But the real standout is his updated Honour of Ultramar ability. If he's taken down in close combat, he still gets his swings, and if he still manages to kill something with them, he hauls himself back up and just keeps fighting. This is a peak main character energy, and honestly exactly what you want from a model like this. He can be run as a standalone captain or attached to the Wardens, who can then attach to another unit, so effectively creating one glorious elite block of authority. First up we have Titus himself. The pose is confidence without being silly, which I really appreciate. There's weight to him. This feels like someone who expects to be listened to. The armour detailing is crisp, the cloak sits beautifully, and it looks like it's going to be a genuinely satisfying paint. Nothing feels over-designed here. It's heroic but restrained, very Ultramarines and very Titus. Now, this is where the set really shines. I'm sorry, Titus, for saying that. The Wardens of Ultramar aren't just extra bodies. This is a proper command team, and seeing them laid out on the sprues really sells that idea. At the centre, you've got Ancient Gadriel, newly promoted at Titus' own recommendation. He's relatively young for an Ancient, but he carries the banner of the Second Company straight into the thickest fighting, and you can really see that here in the sculpt. This is not a backline banner holder. Alongside him is veteran Sergeant Metaurus. He is Titus' mentor and one of the few people whose advice he genuinely trusts. There's a real sense of experience in this model, grounded, steady, and very much someone who's been doing this a long time. Then you have the mortal members of the command team, which I love. So these are physically smaller but narratively really massive. Gaius Silva is the commander of Ultramar's defence elites and the person responsible for keeping the exhausted mortal crews functioning alongside the fully relentless Space Marines. Next up we have Emilia Minervus. She acts as the liaison to the Ultramar Defence Auxiliary, effectively the bridge between Astartes Command and the vast human forces actually holding ground. Lucia Vesta is a diplomat and I'm not going to say that word, a plenipotentiary. I've no idea what that is, I'm sorry. But her negotiation skills have saved the Second Company from countless unnecessary battles, which is very on brand for Ultramar. And finally, Dainor Cornelius, a veteran astropath who somehow survived over a century in Ultramarine service. He's sharp-tongued, he's forthright, and he's absolutely essential, because without him, none of this coordination works. What I really like there is what it says about Titus himself. This isn't a lone hero surrounded by his yes men. It's a leader who understands that holding Ultramar takes logistics, diplomacy, coordination, and people. From a hobby point of view, this is definitely a take your time set. There are banners, robes, cables, layered armour. Nothing scary, but plenty of opportunity for you to really think about what you're doing here. So sub-assemblies, careful planning. Display-wise, I think they'd make an incredible little diorama or command scene. Overall, this feels like a genuine love letter to the Titus fans, but also a really smart, very characterful addition to the Ultramarines range. Whether you're there because of the games, the lore, or just want a phenomenal command group to paint, there's a huge amount to enjoy in this box. I've waffled on enough. Thanks very much for listening, and I'll stop there before this turns into a huge long video love letter to Titus. I've been Rebecca Gray. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you soon.